Hey, I did not expect to do that. I was fumbly bumbly behind the scenes, and I realized that I need a new headset for times like this during the day. I need something that maybe is not bright pink. Nighttime, it's great. Otherwise, not so much. I am coming on for a little bit because daytime is a little bit better for me with our schedule and especially Christmas coming. And I wanted to see where everybody was at as far as Christmas and preparing. And I know everybody's pretty busy. So, yeah, I'm not sure how many people will be able to make it in today, and that's okay. I am actually sending out things to let people know I'm live if they're available. I have to make cookies today. So that is what I have planned. I also need to run out and get any last minute things. I am debating whether or not to do that late tonight. Publix and our local stores will be just slammed. And I really don't want to get into that mess. And especially if you've ever driven on Florida roads, they're really bad during the holidays, like really bad. And that's because, of course, we have visitors and then we have snowbirds. I know. Coffee's back here. In fact, I actually need to clean my coffee maker. I had my cup of coffee. I will probably have another one after I get off of here. I am actually drinking my water. I'm trying to drink a liter of water so I don't dehydrate and my brain just shrivels up and not be able to think. Tasty. But yeah, so we are going to probably do our Christmas cookies today. I asked my daughter what she wanted, and she wants those, I guess, peanut butter kisses. I don't know if you guys make peanut butter, but hey, Homestead Aquarius, hey, How to Garden. Good to see you guys coming in. Oh, dirty coffee. It's not dirty. It's also like not, really good with the environment because I use the K cups. But it's what works for us right now. But I don't know what I am going to do as far as Christmas cookies this year because I have my favorites and they're not necessarily everybody else's. I make like that one that's like a pecan sandy butterball. It's a butterball is what people know it by. And that's like one of my favorite. They just melt away in your mouth and oh, they're so good. But I can only have so much sugar and within hours I am just sore and stiff and I can't move too much. So I was wondering if anybody does something different, like for Christmas cookies that are, I don't want to say healthy because that just sounds like ridiculous, a healthy cookie. I mean, I know you can make them, seen them, tasted some of them that are absolutely disgusting. But, are there sugar substitutes that are still good for our body? I'm a little leery of like the sucralose and, some of them definitely can't do NutraSweet, which they've renamed. I forget exactly what they renamed it, which is dangerous for those of us who migraine off of it. Let me just look that up. They renamed NutraSweet to put it into products. And yeah, that can get really complicated if you're familiar with getting migraines off of it. It's basically aspartame. They renamed it though. Yeah, NutraSweet is not showing me yet. Yes, aspartame has a new name. Oh no, this is a way old article. That was when they called it NutraSweet. Oh no, they're actually exiting the business, it said. That's weird. That was way, way back. Huh. I heard something. Maybe it wasn't true. I didn't get a chance to actually really investigate it more. I had heard a rumor, of course, through Hey Garrett, Facebook. Trying to look festive, but my big old pink headphones are kind of keeping it in the nighttime vibe. But I have to do that because my son watches, his videos and YouTube hears it and they will just strip my video down sometimes. I've had that happen. He's come up to me with his iPad, been playing something with music in it, and I've watched my live just go boop and get shut down. That was a long time ago, though, so I don't know if it's the AI is that sensitive. We were actually having a very interesting discussion about AI in one of my messenger friend groups, and things are getting kind of scary. Last night, I just got a basically Pavlov's dog card for my son and for us. It it is basically a Visa card that they give people on Medicaid and Medicare, and when you go and get your different doctor's visits done, they will put a credit on that debit. You can't take the cash out, but you can use the credit on various things. I mean, they've got it all listed, what you can use it on, and of course at Walmart. But they sent me the card because they knew he had gone and gotten an eye exam. And I find that scary that they know exactly what we're taking our kids to as far as their eye exams. And that big V word is on there to make sure they're all up to date on those things. So, yeah, that's a little scary. A lot of people probably are like, oh, great, I get a benefit for stuff I do already. Yeah, I think there's a dark side to that. And yeah, I'm not really happy about seeing that come in the mail because it just feels like they got a track collar, on us even more. And I think they're kind of tipping their hat here and there, like, we know what you're up to. I mean, it's bad enough with using credit cards, they know. And that's been for a long time. But, now they're letting we know when you go to the doctor, it's going into a main system and we're tracking you and tracking your children, which is even more scary. And then somebody was sharing with us this morning, another YouTuber had found a video on Twitter about creating an obsolete, AI will create an obsolete class of human beings. Like basically, you don't need to vote. You can be busy with computer games and drugs, and that's how you'll be happy. And pretty soon, who knows if they'll even keep them around if they consider them obsolete. And will we fall into that category when AI takes over our job and we don't have the skills right away for another job to help with whatever, dystopian civilization they're creating? So that was like, oh, Merry Christmas. I want to go dig a hole in Granite Mountain and, have my bunker there. I mean, God says like that people will cry out for the mountains to fall on them. But I think that's during his judgment. It's not necessarily during the mischievousness of, the world, forum. As you can see, I'm trying to be good and remember to hydrate during the holidays. Hydrate during your holidays. It's very important, especially if you're drinking alcohol. Hydrate. I'm trying to think. Last week when not last week, when I went live as a pop-up earlier this week, because I'm trying to just find the time that's good during the day, and especially with Malachi. YouTube, I actually wrote them and I was like, what is up? I had so many people in my side chat and you're telling me I got 3 views when I come back over to YouTube. I'm like, what is the problem here? What is going on? And sure enough, I wait a few minutes and after I sent it, I would say an hour later, I had more views, but they're definitely, I said I've got people that I'm sure are reporting me on here because they've got nothing better to do. But I'd like to know if I'm done anything wrong against the rules. I would like to know, I don't see that in my email. I don't see that on my account anywhere. So, if I'm being shadow banned, I'd like to know because it definitely seems like it. And that was kind of why I stopped. Other than just dealing with the depression from losing my mom, it was kind of why I stopped because it's like, I don't want to be their hamster on a wheel creating content. And I think they punish those who don't do it that way. If you're not on all the time, or if you're not posting videos or shorts all the time, they, the algorithm is not pushing you out supposedly, but I think there's also other funny business going on that it's programmed into the algorithm, who to push out. Because I notice I get, a lot of these larger channels, they're suggested to me. I'd like to see some of these smaller channels suggested to me that actually need the support, who have less support. And that would encourage, YouTuber, that would encourage the, how do you say it? The commerce of YouTube more, if they had more creators and they had more people believing that they could create videos, that would, you know, help make them a little bit of money. But my daughter is always like, AdSense is named perfectly because you will just get, cents on the dollar for all your work. It's awful. But anyway, so yeah, I just decided to pop up. It's basically trying to check the times that are good to come on. Right now, it's not a great time because, like I said, everybody's rushing around probably getting those last minute gifts or getting those last minute ingredients for Christmas, or they're traveling to a house where they're going to spend the holidays, or they're completely avoiding being online because they're depressed because it is Christmas. And there's a lot, my heart goes out to those people missing somebody at the table or going through hardship right now during Christmas. A lot of domestic violence and divorces happen over the holidays. And it's very sad because it's high pressure. In fact, I just told my friends that I made a huge boo-boo last night. This is very bougie of me, okay? Very bougie. Williams-Sonoma has a peppermint bark that is amazing. And I have used the ingredients before and used my Young Living edible peppermint oil to make those, like the peppermint bark, very similar to what they put out, but it's just so good. And it was something that my mom would get us as a treat because she was bougie. She was very bougie, my mother. I grew up in Boca, so she was very bougie. She would always try the things. Like, she always wanted to be over at Fresh Market doing her shopping because it was the place that all the other people in Boca went. And she was young for her age, just like I guess I kind of am. She's a little naive, and of that time period where people went off the farm and went right into consumerism, like they were really pushing that. So Mom was always trying the things that were new and fresh. And well, this one thing she tried, this peppermint bark, is the bomb. It is so good. I know nobody says the bomb anymore, but it is just so good. So last night I'm on and I'm like, okay, well, this is a stretch. For a pound of this, it's like $29.99. That's a stretch. And I know it's going to go on sale right after Christmas. So this really kills me what I did. I'm like, I'll just order a pound. Hey, Storms, good to see you. You're trying to do that shopping, last minute shopping. I know. I've got pretty much, I think, everything. I've actually lost one present I've got to find. It's a small one, though, like a stocking stuffer. And I lost the pajamas. That's another oops that cost us money. I'm just saying, like, I'm in trouble. I'm in trouble. Already I was in trouble last night when my husband saw the pajamas that I was able to get that matched last year's that I had put away, that I have no clue. I have 2 sets for him put away somewhere, 1 set for myself. They've just disappeared. I've looked in all the Christmas boxes, like, it's crazy. Hey, J3GS, good to see you. J3GS Farm, it's nice to have you in. I was just saying about what I splurged on, and it ended up being an even more splurge that my husband might be really unhappy with me when he sees the charge. I was so glad he called me and said he couldn't get into the Visa because he will check the Visa. And he was wanting to check too another big check that went out for the last Visa because if you don't know, we lost our fridge last month. And now we are having to place our electrical panels so we can get insurance. So here I am. I'm supposed to be the good wife and, be watching my spending, but it's Christmas and I put money away all year for Christmas. So last night I'm on there and it says $29.99. I'm like, oh, that's a splurge. But it, it just reminds me of my mom. And I just wanted a taste of it. It's probably not even going to be as good as I remember it. I got to pay for it. It still says $29.99. I put it through PayPal. And they tacked on $10 worth of shipping plus tax. And yeah, it ended up being like $42 for a pound of candy that I'll get after Christmas. I would have never bought it if I knew that. And so I called the company this morning. They're like, it's too late. You can try UPS and return to sender. I called UPS. UPS is like, oh, well, basically they don't have that number yet. So it's like in holding, I guess, where they've labeled it and it's UPS is going to pick it up or, I'm stuck. I'm stuck. So yeah, I better I don't know. Gonna have to get out there with on the corner or something. I would never do that, but maybe sell some wares from the house. But so much trouble. And the same thing with those pajamas. That was quite costly too. But I already have the pajamas for my husband and my daughter. And last year we didn't do the picture because it just felt wrong because it was only, 2 months after mom passing. Yeah, the wife and the husband stuff is always hard, how to garden. Really depends what she's into. We wives appreciate when we know our husbands have listened to us. And if she's talkative like me, good luck because I process outside of my brain. So my poor husband just kind of shuts down. Poor me too, because I would like him to be more in tune. But if they can see that you listened to them wanting something and at least came close or gave them a gift card towards it, that means a lot. That definitely means a lot. But you know what we do after being married so long? We basically, hey, here's $100 towards whatever you want to go get. Go ahead and get it. Or we tell the other person like a utilitarian thing that we need. Like my husband is like, don't get me any shirts right now. I'm in between sizes. I don't even know what size I am at the moment. I need a wallet, like he showed me. Yeah, cash is king. I'm telling you. And just just say it in the card. Like, I really don't want to make the mistake of buying you something and you wanted something else. And yeah. And if you're trying to come up with something that is less expensive, then maybe a home day that's, spa day at home, doing various things. You can pick up different masks and stuff at Ulta right now. If you have a walk-in Ulta near you, they have a lot of different, self-care items. But yeah, cash is always kind of the thing that we do too. It just makes it easier on both of us unless the other person has said, I really need this. Like my husband, when he showed me that wallet, I was like, yeah, you need a wallet. It's like the whole thing with men like wearing underwear until there's like holes and it's just barely hanging off of them. He's gotten better with that since we've been married. It's like, that's not holding up anything. That's not, like, how are you wearing that? Yeah, right? J3GS, like, after you're married for so long, it's just easier. Just and you build an understanding after you're married for so long that this is just saves the person from going back and returning it, or, they might have changed their mind in between you getting the gift and Christmas time that, they saw something. The big thing I would love is it's a grain grinder because I do want to start trying to make bread for my family. But those stone ground like grain grinders are $300 and something dollars. So I am not expecting that. And I'm hoping he didn't get that. And that's why he's stressed out. I'm hoping he didn't like create this huge surprise for me. And that's the reason for his stress right now, because I would feel terrible. I would just feel terrible. I would be grateful he got it, but it would be really a hard present to enjoy. So I think, us wives know that too. Like we know when things are tight, we make mistakes too. My husband he'll he's lost money or cost money because he drives all the time for work. And yeah, we've had him get, fender bender or whatever. And that comes out of their card. Oh no, you have to guess? That's not fair. Oh no. Well, you have to kind of narrow it down to, I guess, what she's passionate about and maybe write that in the card. Like, I know you're interested in this and I know you're interested in that. And I just didn't want to make the wrong choice. So here's the money I was going to spend and, go ahead and put it toward which one really will, make you happy. Yeah, you get a gift if you're under 10. Well, with mine, with Malachi, of course he gets gifts, but with my daughter, she makes a list for me and I go off the list. Hey, it's the Marshmallow Man. We go off the list of what, she wants. I do. My husband doesn't do a lot of the shopping. He will surprise me and come home with something for the kids sometimes that he's picked up, like, of course, for his son, because, like, they live vicariously through their sons sometimes, these husbands of ours. And yeah, like my son has a remote control car that he can't really use. Daddy does it with them. It's an activity they do together. Those kind of things, We have a train for him. We have not set that up, which is very late to be setting up. And that's the same thing, really late, cookie wise, but we don't usually do, like, even when I was growing up, we did the cookies, a few days before. So they were nice and fresh. Even growing up, my dad would go and set up the tree on Christmas. We would set it up on Christmas Eve. It was our tradition, not realizing, hey, Quirky, Merry Christmas. Not realizing, until I grew up that was, great time to get a discount on a Christmas tree. But our Christmas trees were always beautiful and gorgeous, Okay, how to garden. Have a good one, hon. I hope you find just the right stuff that you want to get her. If not, get her stocking stuffers and a gift card. But yeah, I hope it works out. But yeah, so we're kind of like a last minute because it's just us, and we're not, I'm not sending out tins of cookies anymore because my daughter and I don't stay home now. We used to, because we stay home and we don't go to church because with the fibromyalgia, Mondays were becoming, I couldn't get out of bed. Oh, you did? Oh, cool, Quirky. Yeah, that's way away from me, but St. Pete's pretty. That's a pretty area. Right along the panhandle, I think, around near the shore. Really nice. Yeah, I grew up actually in Boca, so I've always been in South Florida my whole life. We were in Broward County for probably over 10 years, and my daughter. Yeah, it's okay on the Gulf. Yeah, it's on the Gulf side. I know that, but I thought St. Pete was also closer to the panhandle. Hey! Oh, wonderful. Congratulations, Gardner Josh. Is that the one who just had Samuel? Oh, St. Pete's near Tampa. I don't know what I'm thinking. I went to school in Florida, so you'll have to excuse my geography. My geography class included, for some reason, the teacher wanted to just teach about Africa. And so we learned Africa. That was my world geography. We didn't learn the whole world very much, but, all parts of Africa. Oh, university. Okay, Central Florida. That's cool. Yeah, I went to FAU. Like I said, I only went away to school for a year. and that was up in PA. I loved it. Yeah, my neighbor's son actually went to University Central Florida. Well, that's nice that you could join us. Thank you for coming in. So, are you a gardener, or I'm over on your channel, but you don't have your own videos, so I see that you've got playlists showing. Hmm. We were just talking about that. Homestead Aquarius, the who you follow, it can be seen on a laptop when we were talking about that the other day. Oh, wonderful. It is. Oh, congratulations to Samuel's mama. Busy, busy. Just wanted to stop by and let you know. Much love. I'll be praying for them. That's wonderful. I'm glad they're starting their life together as a husband and wife today. How nice too to have like a Christmas time anniversary. Really nice. It's for like the future when they can travel, Josh. It'll be so nice. It'll be so nice. I always wanted to go like on trips where you go and see the Hallmark villages until I found out that most of them are in Canada. And of course, you want to go and see them as they look on the channel in the winter, and that would kill me. My blood is just way too thin for Canadian snow. Even for when PA was getting snow back when I was younger, the breeze would blow and it would go right through to your bones. It was so cold. I had never experienced anything like that. Plus the ice. I still drove in it. My friend had a stick shift, and I would drive her car and drive all of us to work because she wasn't used to it either. I forget actually where she was from. She was from the South too. She had a Southern accent, but she wasn't used to snow. And my other girlfriend almost grinded out her gear shift like when we were coming home from work one time because it was an uphill travel towards the school, and had to have her pull over, and I had to drive us back. And if you're looking for the wrapping paper, it's in a room that you cannot go in right now. Oh, okay. Thank you. No, I would not love to get anywhere near water in January up north, John. The oyster farm in January. How do you guys even do that? Because you get like, how do you wear gloves and it's wet? Like, I guess there's waterproof gloves. I guess that's what they wear. I've never paid attention to what's on the hands of these guys working those, like the king crab boats. We were just watching one, and I guess it was a repeat. I didn't check the date because you have to check the dates because they'll show like 10-year-old one, 10-year-old episodes of Deadliest Catch. And yeah, like ice was covering. This one boat was out. This one ship or, fishing vessel was out, and it was covered in thick, thick ice. And that was the episode where they, I think, heard about another boat that went down, and that was it. Nobody was found alive. But they were having the guys go out there and chisel off these huge chunks of ice. And the captain even said, he's like, I shouldn't have like waited this long to do this because it's so built up. It was terrifying just seeing them do that, because at any minute you would think they could just slide off. There she is. Hey, Laura, good to see you. I can drop the link, by the way. I'm just babbling away, totally forgetting to drop the link for anybody who would like to come up. And that would be like my usual regulars. If you're not a regular, I am not comfortable with you coming up, so please don't try this time. You have to be in my side chat for quite a while. And if you've been away for a while and you're just coming back, it's the same thing, because they are duping people's channels. Thank you. Thank you for coming in and lurking. I appreciate that. Yeah, I know you've got your in-home stuff. There we go. Laura, I dropped the link if you have time to come up. I'm not going to be on long because I have to go and get things done today. And this is the day, like, hubby will probably come home a little bit early. I'm just glad he's not working for this weekend. Hey, lady.
I'm in the sun.
Oh, wow. Yeah, you are.
Yeah, that's my my south-facing window.
It's funny because it's sunnier there than it is here in South Florida.
Yeah.
We've been having a lot of overcast days.
Yeah, we did early this morning, but the sun's come out this afternoon. It's gorgeous out there. It says 47, but I think that's right. My computer hasn't caught up with. Probably 47 in Oregon, maybe.
Yeah, that seems really low but then again, it does get sunny and it can still be freezing. That was what.
Yeah, but I've been outside. It's not 47 degrees.
Yeah, we're 72 here, but overcast.
Yeah, it were probably 60 something here.
And we have wind gusts up to 17 miles per hour. I don't know what is going on with the weather that everybody is getting like winds like crazy everywhere. Yeah. We had it. Storm says it's 53 where he is in Kentucky.
Oh, it's probably close to the same temp, Storm.
Yeah.
Hey, Barry.
It's not too bad if the sun's shining. That temp isn't too bad if the sun's shining.
It's when the wind, we get a lot of winds up here on the hill, so yeah.
Yeah, you get the winds too. I remember that. I remember when you guys you were going to build out the shed in that first night and you were showing what the roof was doing with the winds before you guys decided like, maybe we're going to build a house a different way. Like,
like this one might just blow away.
Yeah.
No, it felt like you could feel it going like this on,
It was shifting, physically shifting too. Oh my gosh, I would have been terrified.
Yeah.
Will it grow? Dang, I'm 34 today. John, I saw this short and I asked Robert if he could send it to you. I don't know if he can. It was a guy in Connecticut out on a paddleboard catching a shark as big as his paddleboard.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And it was like part 2 because part 1 was another shark coming by that had somehow gotten hooked onto a buoy. And all you see is the telltale, the way they swim. You see the buoy doing this and it's just going along and it came right alongside of him.
Right.
And he was like, I'm pretty sure that's a pretty big shark. And I'm like, yeah, he's a happy boy, that big shark. Happy boy. He's like, happy boy.
Yep.
And I couldn't, like, what is that? I don't know. That's like a combination of guts and crazy and yeah, no way.
Yeah.
No way. I've seen a video too where they're, I think, down here and they supposedly find somebody on like a unicorn float, a guy who's fishing, and the same thing. He's caught like a big bull shark on the other end.
Wow.
It's like, that's why you have a knife and you just go.
Yeah. You have to.
You cut your line and get out of there.
Yep.
Oh, Homestead failed at his mission.
Oh, no.
That's okay. Thank you for trying again. You'll try it. Do it now. Okay. Yeah, it's an interesting account where the kid does all this, and he's young, of course, does all the fishing off his board. And then when I saw on his about page, he's in Connecticut, and he even said in his like comment section, like it wasn't on the forefront of his mind about the sharks. I'm like,
yeah,
Jaws was like up in that area. What? And I'll send you some of this nice Kentucky weather. Oh, that's sweet. Warm them up by about 20 degrees, Barry. If we could do that, that would be nice. I'd send everybody some of this
beautiful weather too.
Yeah.
Although we've had nothing but, very little rain this year. So
we got the rain at just the wrong time. I was going to harvest a papaya. I'd been waiting on it. It had just started to ripen a little on the tree. 2 days later, we had gotten these rains. Enough moisture was in the air that a fungus got it instead.
Oh, no. Yeah.
I was like, and it got the one next to it that was just like the next one that would have ripened and gotten big. Hey, Pat McQuaddy. So at that point, I was like, it's not even in a good spot because some bird dropped it there. Like it was surprise
Yeah.
papaya tree. So
Those are nice sometimes when they're in the right area.
yeah,
I think that's
totally would be great. So I just cut it down. I was just like, it's not in a good spot. I don't want it harming my plumera because I brought that one over from mom and dad's when we first moved in and planted it. So I'll plant some if I want some. I'm not a huge papaya eater. I can have it in salad, like with other fruits, because to me it just doesn't really have a taste like much. Like it's not wow.
Yeah.
I like fruit that you can actually, oh wow, this is good. It's more like a filler fruit. It's good for like survival. For a survival crop, it's great if you get the female tree.
Yeah.
So how are things going? I haven't been able to catch up with your videos or anything.
Good. Just, Christmas, baking a lot of cookies
Ooh,
for Christmas.
yeah, you're doing your cookies. I haven't even started. But my family's not huge like cookie eater. My husband's more candy.
Yeah.
Christmas candy. I was gonna try and make divinity this year, but I'm scared of like really hot sugar. So I'm with Malachi and even myself. I've been burned by hot sugar before and it's terrible.
Yeah, it hurts because it's hard to get off.
Yeah, it's hard to get off. It just kind of burns through you. It's awful. Yeah. So I kind of want to try it for him, but it's not going to be as good as his mom's anyway, especially my first shot. And I don't want to burn it either accidentally. Like I almost burned my first jam when I had it because it's like bring it to a rolling boil.
Right.
And I was like, okay.
And stir and stir and stir.
And stir and stir. Yeah. At least I was doing the stir and stir right. But I was like, gosh, it came to a rolling boil awfully fast. Is it
because of all the sugars in it.
Yeah. Janice told me, she's like, no, don't go start that high. Like ease into that rolling boil. It should take a little bit to get there. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
But it could have gone really bad. Luckily it didn't. It was fine. It was fine because it would have been gross. It was the mango one that I started with, and it would have.
Oh wow!
Because it's such a light flavored jelly, it would have ruined it completely.
Right.
It's good to see Passamaquoddy in here. She's been on a different sleep schedule. I'm going to make molasses cookies and mini cheesecakes sound delicious. So, what cookies have you been making for? What are your favorites for Christmas time?
My favorite so far, I think, is they're thumbprint cookies, and they have rum filling.
Thumbprint with rum?
Yeah.
What? Oh, is that on your channel?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you heard it here first.
Yep.
Oh,
it's so yum. It's eggnog rum filling. And then there's another one that's like a sandwich that has an eggnog rum in it too.
Oh my gosh, those sound fantastic. I would eat them. My husband doesn't like.
Right. And then I made another one that's like a chocolate cookie with nuts on the outside, and then that's a thumbprint cookie too with caramel in the middle.
Yummy.
So
hey Huga, what's up?
Hey Huga.
Are those you call them Christmas ball cookies? Are those the ones Passamaquoddy that we roll in powdered sugar? And some people make them with walnuts. I make them with pecans, but we call them butter balls in my family. They were butter balls.
Yeah.
Very little to them, but butter and sugar, like powdered sugar, and then the nut that you choose.
I made those last year. I have a video of those too, but
I love those.
Yeah.
I've never made a video of I don't think making cookies, but I can't eat a lot of them anymore, so I don't make them because I will want to eat them.
Right.
I do want to make my mom's Kentucky whiskey cake. I don't know how that'll go over in the house. I might have to make it and then freeze it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to do it in her mold because her mold is aluminum that she used to use. I'd rather do it in maybe some loaf pans or something. I'm not really sure. You can do it either or. You can do it in a bundt, and that's the one that's aluminum.
Yeah.
Part of me wants to do it because you do line it, so it's not really touching the cake, but it takes forever. In the bundt, because it's such a heavy kind of dough
Yeah.
for that cake, but it's so good, so delicious. I want to go over and see these rum thing. What made you go that direction this Christmas? Is it something that you always do, like an eggnog
Um,
rum cookie, or?
I got a Christmas cookie book, and
Oh,
it's got 100 cookies in it.
oh,
And I I started off. There was a bunch of pumpkin cookies, so I started off in the fall with those. I did like
mm,
um, and oh my goodness, really good
really
cookie
good.
recipes. One was like an Amish cookie with
Mhm.
butter filling in
Mm,
it,
they
with
love their
the
fats.
pumpkin outside, the pumpkin cookie on the outside.
Yeah.
And then the other one was, which was my favorite one, was just a pumpkin. I'll go get my book. Hold on.
Okay. Yeah, I should get my grandmother's cookbook and see what they've got listed in there. I was looking at that before. I have actually it's my great grandmother's, and I think she gave it to my mom so my mom would learn how to be a good cook for, her husband, which at the time was my dad. I'm sorry, that's what this was named. I know. I know. I want cookies
This
from
is
the farms.
the book.
Oh, it's beautiful. Oh, it's a Better Homes and
Yeah.
Gardens. They
And so
always
I've
do
done that recipe.
great books.
Coconut macaroons.
Oh, I love coconut macaroons. I like them dipped in chocolate.
Yeah. Why I drizzle chocolate over
Either or. I like them with chocolate.
them. Chocolate.
Chocolate.
And then I've done the lemon squares.
Ooh, I
But I
like
didn't do
that.
that on my page yet. I'll do that next week or something.
Okay. That would be a good spring cookie.
Yeah, it would be. I've done the soft eggnog sugar cookie, which looks like that.
Mm.
And that's on my page.
Okay. That's the sandwich cookie that you were
Yeah,
talking
that's
about?
the
Mm.
sandwich with the rum eggnog filling.
Oh my goodness. That sounds so good.
What else have
So
I
does it kind of turn out like a meringue? Because are
done?
you making like a traditional eggnog for it, like with the egg
It's
white?
like it's got eggnog in it, but it's got like butter,
Mm-hmm.
um, with butter filling with rum in it, and then a
Mm.
dash of eggnog in it.
Mm. I
Um,
need to warm it up in the house so I can move. Oh, I bet it's freezing up there in New Hampshire.
oh yeah,
John just said it was pretty darn cold up there. And then he was talking about doing his job out in that weather with the water around. Nope.
and
No,
then
thank
the
you.
buttery pecan cookies. These are so good.
Mm-hmm.
They are on my channel. All the recipes are on my channel.
I would make those.
So delicious. I mean, blow you away delicious.
I might have to get that book now.
Yeah. Well, I have a link to this book too.
On your Amazon.
Yeah.
Great. That's a great idea. Here it is. I can't link my book that I have because you can only find it on eBay if you can find it. Living room here is warm. The rest of the house stays here. Let me just click on it. That might be easier. The house stays shade during the fall 1 month. Yeah. We've had really shady, that sounds so funny, shady days.
Mm.
Just I don't like necessarily this type of weather because I'm used to our South Florida sunshine. Ooh.
Those are the thumb parent cookies with the rum filling.
Oh my gosh. So it's like a buttercream kind of
It's a
eggnog?
buttercream filling.
Oh
Yeah.
goodness. Yeah.
And
I think
you
my
you
thighs
don't
just
have to buy rum. You can get rum extract. You
yeah.
can buy rum extract for
I
it.
need to get some of that anyway because I love bananas Foster and all my bananas are ripening that I pulled off the tree.
Mm-hmm.
And you use a rum with that. And yeah, yummy. Get some brown sugar and it's so good.
I think that's all of them that I've done so far.
That's plenty. I haven't done
Oh
any.
no, I did this one. This is that one I was telling you about.
Ooh. Oh, whoopie pies. Yeah, my daughter would
Yeah,
like
that's
those.
on my page too.
My
So,
daughter would like the whoopie pies. She likes the chocolate whoopie pies. I need to like the chocolate on the outside with the
yeah,
vanilla inside. I
Yeah.
need to do a little more baking now that I do have a stand mixer. It's just hard because I can't really eat much of it. I'm
Right.
trying to figure out a good sugar substitute so I could make some of my own that I could eat.
Right.
The drops below the tree line of the ridge on my property. Let me see. During the cold months, but there is about the sun shines. Oh, good. So you do. So you do get some sun on the house. That's good because you need it during the winter months to
Yeah.
warm up your home. Otherwise, you're spending quite a bit to keep it heated. That's the thing. If we ever moved, is that heating bill and the bill for clothes for cold weather. We've never had before.
Right.
But in Florida, you run
have
your
the
air
cooling bills.
conditioning. Yeah.
So it's the same thing.
Yeah. We run our AC all the time down here. So
Yeah.
it's just heat for some reason costs more. I don't understand that. Like when you use the electric heat,
Yeah.
I don't know why it takes more, but it does to heat it than it does to cool it.
Our house is heated with propane, so
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Yeah, Passamaquoddy just shared with us some other house that had an issue with propane heat. That they had to actually unplug the stove when my mom, after her third stroke, because of the gas that she might go and turn it on and forget. So they unplugged the stove completely so they wouldn't have an issue of things blowing away.
Yeah.
In the middle of the night while they're not awake. But yeah, we just have the flat top stove. Like that's what always got in the way of me pressure canning, besides being afraid of the pressure canner.
My mother-in-law does that. She'll leave the stove on, or she's like, it won't light for me, but it's still going tick 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 tick, and she can't hear that.
Oh my gosh.
So yeah,
that's scary. That's really scary.
Yeah, it is. It's like,
I don't know why I can't hear what we're saying, Q. Anybody else having a problem with it coming
I was having
through?
that problem when I came up on your channel. I couldn't hear anything.
I'm plugged in. Let me check my sound.
Yeah.
Let me check my sound and see if the sound is up. That's weird. Huh. That's mute. Let me check my settings on audio. Maybe it's low. No, it's not really low. Hello, hello, hello. Is that better? Maybe. Hello, hello.
Hey, boys. No. No.
They're fighting.
They're playing.
Oh, Storm says he can hear us both just fine. So I just turned it up a little bit. Yeah, I think the government has something to. I don't know, Passamaquoddy. Maybe, but maybe not. Like all it takes is somebody like that where you're taking care of an elderly family member or a special needs family member, and they do things like that.
I do like though when the knob's on, it has a light, and so you can see that the light is on.
Yeah.
And, okay, that means the knob is on. So
that ours does that too, even when it's still hot. Like if the burner is still hot, it remains on to let you know, so you don't put something down on that burner on top of the stove, like your hand. Jinx. Well, I got Malachi's. Finally, I thought we were going to get him after Christmas, but I got some of his Christmas pajamas, and aren't they cute? I'm like,
those are so cute.
They're so cute. They even have they're multicultural, so there's a little tan man in there.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Can't leave
the
out
other. Oh, I heard that.
Oh, that's nothing.
What are you guys arguing about down there?
They're just
oh my goodness. Little love bites.
Little love bites.
Little They're little
they sound like
pirate dogs.
Each other sometimes.
They sound like what? I missed that.
Murdering each other sometimes.
They're that loud about it.
Yeah.
About them wrestling and stuff. I can't imagine. In my household, 2 big dogs with Malachi. I would love to have one. Aww.
You say hi.
Hey, yo. Which one's that again?
This is Elroy.
Oh, hey, Elroy. Is
He's a
that from
ham.
the Jetsons? His dog Elroy?
Yeah, because we have
Jetson, right?
Astro Jetson.
Astro, that's it. Astro
Yeah,
Jetson. I knew that
so
one of
this
them
is
had.
even
Sweet.
though he's not black, he's technically a charcoal color.
Hmm.
Um, and you can see it when they're side by side, but he looks black most of the time.
Yeah. Yeah. Then he's
um,
just a really dark gray.
yeah, yeah,
Oh, they're beautiful dogs. You
yeah.
really got gorgeous dogs.
Very sweet.
I wish we could have like a larger dog, but I'm concerned with how Malachi would react to the larger dog. And also, it would be harder for Hannah to keep the dog in her room if he was not behaving himself with the dog.
Right,
Because
right.
her room is pretty small and pretty stuffed with things. We were
Yeah,
thinking, like, Hannah and I wanted to maybe get a cat. But then I started thinking, like, okay, well, where is the litter box going to go? My house is so jam packed right now,
hmm,
still. And cats like to do this and
yeah,
not, yeah. And her room is primed for it with all her makeup and,
yeah,
different things,
yeah,
skincare. And
yeah.
also, she loves those little vinyl things too,
Mhm.
the characters that she collects.
Yeah,
Yeah. A cat would have a great time in her bedroom, but
yeah,
made stuff breaking all the time and hitting the floor. And
yeah.
she's got like a, what do you call it? Laminate floor in there. So anytime she drops anything, you hear it. It like echoes down the hallway.
Oh
My
wow,
whole house. Yeah, my
yeah,
house is an echo chamber
wow.
when it comes to sound. We have tile out here and then we have laminate in the bedrooms
Mm,
because of our allergies. It was
yeah,
just the best thing to do.
I heard that from. There's some allergists that recommend actually getting carpet if you vacuum every day.
Oh, heck no.
I
Yeah.
vacuum every other day, and that's a lot. You
Yeah.
know?
I
So
mean, there's no way I could keep up with that. Every day vacuuming, no.
yeah,
Plus, then you also have to make sure that you have a vacuum that's completely sealed.
yeah,
And no matter how many of them say they are, all you have to do is turn off the lights, put on a flashlight, and you find out that they're all
yeah,
lying. There's not many that really catch absolutely everything.
right.
I have Bunny. If you would see above, I have the volume off because, oh, well, then that's why you can't hear. Okay. I'm sorry, Q. Then I'm adjusting my thing because I forgot that you had it turned down because you have people in your house. Oh, how dare you say that? Which one? Sushi? Is that, I think, your pup's name? I have thumping at me right now. She's letting me know she's opposed to getting her nails trimmed. I bet. I don't know any animal that likes to get their nails
Yeah,
trimmed.
especially bunnies. I mean,
Yeah,
and if you don't keep them trimmed, then you get sliced up because I had
they're.
like when I had my bunnies, I had when I
Mhm.
worked with them gloves that went down to here for the bunnies.
Oh my goodness. You guys make me rethink of getting any animals. Here though, that's the other thing too. It's so hot. I wouldn't be able to do like a rabbitry, even though I've seen people like in the hotter states do it. I don't know. I'd be
You just
concerned.
gotta do
I've seen the moms get
frozen
stressed
water
out.
bottles
Yeah, the frozen
3
water
feet a
bottles.
day. Yeah,
Yeah, I don't know if I want to do all that down here. I'm just hoping that God is going to move us. And if He is, He's going to give me all the strength and motivation to get the house cleaned out and ready to do so.
yeah,
Because I think that's the only way we're really going to clean out the house of things that we need to is if we make a move. But also, this is not the place necessarily to be if things go off.
yeah.
And that's what Barry had found this video. I forget what prepper it was. It's a female prepper, and she was playing stuff from Twitter that was from the World Forum
Yeah,
people.
yeah.
Oh, it was terrifying.
Yeah,
Absolutely
it is
terrifying.
terrifying. I had this weird dream last night, and it was all about um, us being like cattle, people being like cattle,
Yeah.
and the the in the dream we were being herded and treated like cattle. The ones that weren't very smart were being slaughtered, were sent to slaughter, and the
Oh,
ones that could make you or help them further advance what they wanted to do. And what they wanted to do is connect people to electronics, like to electronic devices, like in their
mhm.
brains and stuff, to make a super people,
Oh my
know.
gosh, that was just like what we saw. You too, J3GS Farm. Thank you for coming in. I really appreciate it. I got to get over to your channel too. You've always got something going on over there. Love it.
Yeah, so that was what my dream was about. And it's like they were being
Yeah, I'll
herded
swing by
around
J3GS.
and
That is exactly what Survival Lily was
yeah.
not talking about, but showing the video of the man talking about that.
Oh, I
And
didn't hear that.
yeah, that's really creepy. And I know somebody else um, whose daughters were dreaming of camps that they were putting people in
Right.
again for supposedly illness. But this was talking about linking climate change to us breathing.
Mm.
Yeah.
Well,
And that goes along with
this
your
was like
dream.
purposely selecting, like, okay, this cow person,
Hmm.
they didn't say cow in the dream, but it's good for breeding and will breed, smart people, and and this
Hmm.
person's, so that person goes over here for breeding, this person goes over here for slaughter, this person over here has a scientific brain, so we can use it. If you came up with really, really good ideas, you got moved up in the groups, and it
Oh
was
my
just,
gosh, Laura, you gotta go watch her. You will not believe how your dream lines up with what he was saying. It is
oh, really?
absolutely terrifying
Oh, wow.
now that, but at least God is giving you a warning because you hadn't seen that.
Right.
And at least you guys are already up on your land. One thing she did say though is she got off FB. Um, she was talking about the person who runs it. And I don't know how he's doing this. He's building a bunker in Hawaii, like a below ground bunker. Maybe because it's like created by lava and volcanic, like glass like
Hmm.
substance. In Florida, you can't do that. You would flood.
Hey,
Good to see you,
Tibor.
Tibor. Yeah, we would dig right into the water table.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, thank you. You too. It's Merry Christmas here. For Laura, it's Merry Christmas. But then there's Happy Holidays because we have the New Year
Yeah.
or Happy New Year. So covers it all.
So who was that you were talking about?
Survival Lily is the lady who did the video and showed those videos. They might take it down. That's what she was saying on YouTube, like how everybody has to be so careful.
Yeah.
But she left that FB completely. She's not doing it anymore. She's on, I guess, Twitter and YouTube, and she doesn't know,
Hmm.
how long. But it was about a man from the forum talking about just that there will be a race of basically people that are useless to them
Mm-hmm.
because of AI, and they
Mm-hmm.
won't have the skills to compete in the new world. And at first, it sounded like they were going to keep them busy with basically drugs and video games. And you saw a lot of that happening
Mm-hmm.
during COVID. Oh, are you okay? What was that? No, leave that box alone, honey. That's not toys. He's trying to get in his box of some books I think I have there. Um, yeah, it was interesting. I just said that word, so I'll probably get shadow banned again. Um, it was just interesting that might have been a run
Yeah.
of what they're planning to do to see who complies, who was smart enough to like work around certain things,
Hmm.
like watching us. Because I said I just got this Visa card yesterday where they are watching if I'm taking him to the doctor and what doctor I'm taking him to.
Yeah.
Because it's specific things you get credit for. Same thing if you're pregnant. Are you going to your prenatal exams?
Right.
It's like, and I'm sure there's people who are like, oh, yay, money.
Yeah.
and don't even think the bigger picture of, oh, yay, you're being tracked like a cattle, like you have a tag.
Yep.
What? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we're being tracked by our watches, the computer that's in front of us, you know.
I'm not sure. OBI. Do you know what the initial OBI? I'm not really sure. I don't know those initials, Tibor. Who are not doctors watching that. I applied for a grant. What's this? I applied for a grant that pays for training in AI, waiting to hear back. I've heard that's going around, and that's actually something that I want to do. Now, after hearing this guy talk, it's like you better up your skills. But still, AI is moving so fast.
Yeah.
And this happened too with my art degree. Graphics were coming in and computer graphics. And that software, once you learned it, it was gone by the next year and you needed to re-up, or, they had done so many changes to it, you needed to totally relearn it.
Right. Come here, Bubba.
Let's see.
Come here, Bubba. Go.
People who are not doctors watching take, yeah, exactly. I get it. Thank you, Hookah. I appreciate that. Yeah, I just want to learn. We're not planning but if I could work from home a little bit, that would be fantastic, because that's what we're having trouble with right now is, prices for everything are going up, and it's all on my husband's shoulders, and we'd like something where I could be doing from home. No, please leave that alone. Oh, gee. Hold on one second. He just got it open, and I got to double check. Oops. I didn't mean to do that, Laura. Sorry. Hit the wrong button. Oh, dear.
No, I'm too big. Yeah, I remember those days where I had to run when I was doing foster care all the time. And so I get it. It happens. We're not planning. Well, they're planning on it for sure. Uga. Yeah. It's kind of crazy, isn't it? No, we just keep on planning over here self-sufficiency, and now that we've got the shop that we need, and my husband started a business, so he can work from for himself, which I think is cool, because then he makes the rules about what his schedule and time and all of that stuff is. Most of it, anyways, I should say. And but nobody can tell him he has to take a this or do a this to work, or it's not happening. So that's cool.
It was a good thing I got up, because it was all musical instruments.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah, that would have been fun.
Yeah. We would have been over here going, yeah. Oh.
Something like that. What is this? We're not planning. Right? Yeah, it does seem like we
Pinky
are.
in the brain, yeah.
Pretty much.
Pinky
Yeah.
in the brain.
And I don't know about anybody else, but Schwab scares the heck out of me. He's like something from Star Wars. Like, they even showed that him in that outfit. He looked like it.
Yeah.
Like, is this guy for real? Like, are they just making him up to be the bad guy? Like,
it's so,
like, why do him and I call him, forgive my language, sore ass, have those accents that sound like they were resurrected from the Nazi regime?
Yeah, exactly.
It's very like Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Mm-hmm. It's
like, what the heck? Yeah, right, Huga, doesn't he?
I've heard him talk.
I am too, Huga. My
I
great
think it was
grandmother.
the last year's. I heard the one from last year, but I didn't hear what they did this year.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, my grandfather's side is German, so his parents were German, and then that whole side is German, and he scares me.
Yeah.
Definitely. And that's just where, the things he's saying are
Yeah.
absolutely scary, but too, just he seems almost robotic and just, yeah.
Well, the scary thing is, this is what they're willing to put out there in a speech. What are they not willing to put out there in a speech? Like
Yes.
if you studied the
Yeah.
regime,
Mhm.
the regime,
Yeah.
um,
The big N one that we were
the
saying.
the double S one, the one
Oh,
S and
yes.
the other S.
Uh-huh.
Um, I mean, they were doing so much behind the scenes that they weren't
Yeah.
willing to say, and they did all kinds of stuff to prepare the people for accepting more. Their cartoons and just the different things
Oh,
that they created, and
the propaganda.
um,
Yeah.
they slowly, and they took advantage of opportunities of when there was crisis in the nation and people were starving, and okay, now we can say you need to do this, and it's because of the Jews, or it's because of this, or it's because of that people, and now we can get take advantage and try to turn the people's hearts against them,
Mhm.
and
Yeah.
so
Yeah, they didn't realize why certain things were being done, just like the same thing, like they're not realizing why they're getting this Visa card while they're on healthcare that the federal or state government is putting funding in for that could be ripped out from underneath them if they don't comply.
right.
Like I hope other people saw that and went, "Uh-oh." And
Are you
it's
talking
not.
about the Visa card or the card that they get now for food stamps?
No, I am talking, and that's tied to behavior too. Like they're
Yeah.
going to eventually tie it to behavior. I'm talking about the one where he just got basically a $20 credit for going and getting his eye exam, and that's how I got the Visa. And then
Oh.
it said all different things you can do, and of course, keeping them up to date on their
Mm-hmm.
is on there for all age groups up to like 20.
Yeah.
Yay.
Yeah.
So I find that very scary. I was so happy when he was no longer a foster child because we didn't have to get him there for that.
Mm-hmm.
And he didn't have to have every single one. Like if he
Right.
missed one, it was okay. But when you're a foster and the state is the guardian, you have to go in there
Right.
and get their, stuff, their
Right.
pokes.
That was the loophole that I didn't have to worry about with Jonah because
of his
he was
special needs.
he was special need. Well, he was also guardian. His mom was guardian.
Oh, yeah,
I would
that's
always say,
right.
well, that's that, and it was a shot that could affect his heart.
Yeah. So there was
I
that.
thought it was very interesting, though. One day the doctor said, no, he shouldn't get his shot. I'm not comfortable advising him get his shot. This is just his pediatric doctor. And then his heart doctor, you call them, and it says right on their right on their, as you call them to make an appointment. If you have a question, if you should get the,
Mm-hmm.
then go ahead and do it because it's not going to damage anything. It's, our doctors advise that. And I'm just like, wait a minute, you don't know what this child is diagnosed. You don't, because then I called and I actually talked to the nurse and I said, so you're telling me that I should go ahead and get for this child who has heart disease.
Yeah, that's the stupidest thing to put up on there.
Right. And I'm just like, you haven't looked at his records, you
His
haven't
chart,
looked at his chart in any way, and you a nurse are telling me to do that.
Did she backtrack at all?
No.
She said, yeah,
She
that's
stood
what we're
firm.
saying. Go get it. Oh my gosh. You know they were
just
getting
like,
kicked. That's what was going on too, that they won't tell us behind the scenes, is all the money that was flowing
yeah.
to promote this V. And
Mhm.
now too, now they have all of a sudden a new one, the RSV one.
Yeah.
That, they're putting things in the news that all this stuff is going around. Oh, but we have a vaccine for that. We have a shot for that. Don't worry. Just go get your shots.
And you better, as a parent, get it if you have a baby because you know you gave that to your child, and it is how it works.
Yeah.
That's how that disease works,
Yeah.
or that virus works. But it's one
It's
of the things that,
psychological, though,
yeah,
warfare that
yeah.
they're putting it on the parent, which the parent already has enough guilt.
I mean, the
Like,
Sesame Street stuff that they put out a while ago, that, sorry,
it's okay.
that if your child that encouraged, um, I mean, the Sesame Street characters were saying your mom should take care of you by getting the shot, basically.
Mm,
Sorry, I said that.
yeah. No, that they had that for the Garda Kill
Yeah.
for a bit. I'm so glad they're having stuff come up about that one now, and I'm so glad. I was like, no, she's good. Plus, the guys carry it anyway, and I don't know why you're giving it to the females first. Because remember, in the beginning, it was to give it to all the females. The TV. I'm not putting this on right now. In a little bit. We're almost done. You want to say hi?
Yeah,
Say hi,
now
Miss
they
Laura.
have it for the males, but
Yes, but back then, remember, it went
Yeah.
straight for the female, and usually the male was the carrier.
right.
And
And they
spreading
had
it
to,
around.
for some reason, they couldn't do it in just one dose. They had to do it in several doses.
Yeah.
I think it was like 3 doses or something like that.
And it's one thing, too, that your body can possibly fight off on its own and get rid of.
The very
It's a virus.
The very interesting thing about that is, let's just say I know somebody whose daughter got it, not me. And they blamed their parent for getting it because they wouldn't let their child get the shot as a younger girl at
Oh, my.
18, and so she blamed her parent for it.
Oh, no.
And so,
somebody must be arriving. Give Laura a moment while the dogs are alerting her. Somebody being around. Farmer does not tell the animals what his plans are. That's true. Wow, that's deep. Yeah, I remember one time somebody was saying, like, when we question God, it's like a bird questioning the aerodynamics of, flight.
true.
But, right? Wasn't that a good one?
That was a good one. Very
Mhm.
good one. Yep.
Oh my goodness. So you were saying that, did she turn around and sue the parent?
Well, wanted to, but didn't go through with it. But that's,
Oh, what?
I have this button that works for all my dogs. It makes like a whistling sound that we
Real
can't
high
hear.
pitch.
Yeah.
Nice. That's a good way. I wish I had something like that sometimes for my family.
Yeah.
Just press the button. I also wish I had that remote control, like from that movie, where he could just manipulate time with it.
Yeah.
That would be awesome.
Yeah.
I'd be like putting things on slow-mo so I could get all my cookies made. But I don't know how many I actually will make. I asked my daughter, which one will she eat? And she was saying about the old-fashioned thumbprint cookies with the, Reese's. I mean, the Hershey's Kiss.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And I said, well, there's those other ones I could not think of. I'm like, they're like a bullseye. They're, you roll up peanut butter and dip them in chocolate.
Mm-hmm.
Still can't. The name goes out my brain. She knew which ones I meant. She said the name, and I was like, "Yeah, I could do that instead." I said, "Those are really good." I said, "They're more like candy." But she's like, "Yeah, but you asked cookies." I'm like, "That's true. I said cookies." So now I need to go get Hershey Kisses because I opened my mouth and asked because I
Hey.
don't have any because
Yeah.
it's not a typical cookie we make for like Christmas.
Right.
But yeah, that's frightening. And that usually comes from something called VD. So I'm not sure how you blame your
Yeah.
parents for your promiscuity.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's for sure.
But there's going to be cases probably coming out soon, so they can push that one too again.
Well, I mean, it's
But they'll show it like it'll be a big play.
right. Anything that
Uh-uh.
goes against self-control. I mean, if we use some self-control, we wouldn't have these things happening.
Yeah.
So like,
No, thank you. I'll do this in a little bit. I'm probably going to have to
say
get
hi to
going.
everybody, you loud dog.
What?
Shorts in the dark.
No, Curious George can wait. You have go. Where's your iPad? Yeah. Oh, there goes that. We have these basically finishing off drying over because we're so classy, over my chairs out here.
Oh yeah.
So like, I still have not yet gotten one of those fold out things that I had in college to dry clothes.
Mm-hmm.
I need to get one of them, the pop-ups. And what's funny is in the garage, I had a hanging bar, but it was in the way. So I put it out on the back patio because I'm like, oh, I can use that to like grow trellis stuff up.
I love the way that the Amish do it around here. They have these poles that look like they're like telephone poles.
Yeah.
And it's connected to the wire is connected to their like window, upstairs window, and they just
pull it.
yeah, they
Oh.
pull it and they get their clothes and put
I've
them
seen that in the city. Like they used to have that a long time ago in the city in the boroughs between the buildings. And you could do that. I wonder if people ended up though taking their neighbors' clothes off.
Probably.
Like borrowing clothes.
Those are nice pants.
Those are some nice pants. But I mean, you would know. You'd be like, oh, that Ethel again. She stole my pants.
Mm-hmm.
She stole my undergarments. Ethel? I can name a few YouTubers who are brunettes that would look great in some. Oh my! Where did this go? Oh, it must be you and Q chit chatting. The side chat has gone awry. Somebody mentioned leather. Oh my! And world domination, and now it's just
now it's male domination or women domination.
Now it's a different denomination and cookies. Oh my. Okay.
Oh, yeah. You don't need to dominate your man. You just need to make cookies and sweet things. And
yes, exactly. Just sweet talk him. Actually, there's this guy who used to be an FBI. Give me that. Yes, give it to me, please. Used to be an FBI negotiator. And I would love to take that class. Because he talks about mirroring and everything.
Yeah.
But then he even mentions it because I was thinking, and he's like, some people, this is what he had. It's the battery is dead right now, but it's to look into his ears and mouth. He was saying, oh, some people think it's just manipulation. I'm like, wow, that's really weird. I was just thinking that. Okay, you're really good. This is like one of the better commercials I've gotten on YouTube. And a class I really want to take.
You know why women are better interviewers?
Mm-mm.
Because they're better manipulators. Because they learn to. They don't have the strength. They have the mind.
Yes. We do have the mic. That's for sure. Mm-hmm. Well, and we tune in and listen and we mirror more. Women tend to be mirrors. And like, that's what I said to my husband. I'm like, if you're seeing something that you don't quite like in me, it might be a buildup of your own behavior because I'm a mirror. I'm like, I will mirror behavior. I'm not saying I don't take responsibility for my own stuff. I said, but if you're seeing stuff that you don't like in me, consider that I've been I'm just reflecting something
Yeah.
that's going on in the household. And that's what we do. It's like a natural thing. And then if you're ADHD, you do it even more because that was how they learned how to do like social skills, was mirroring the people who were doing well with them.
Right.
So yeah. Okay, can I have these? Thank you. I don't know where you're getting all these. No more pens, please.
No.
No more touching pens. Nope. Put that down. Leave Daddy's jacket alone. Yeah, it's getting antsy time, so I'm probably going to have to cut this short in a minute. I do ADHD. Yes, totally. It is an ADHD thing.
I don't
too.
know if I have ADHD, but I do that with my husband. When he is upset or stressed, I
Yeah.
really feel it. He
Yeah.
get upset and stressed.
Yeah. Yep. No, mine is like the picking up of accents. If you pick up accents really easy and you start talking to that's an ADHD thing.
Yeah. Maybe I'm ADHD. Who knows?
They changed they call all of it ADHD now. It's not ADD anymore. I definitely don't have the physical hyperactivity, but this brain, it won't shut down at night very easily.
I don't have the ability to focus with a lot of stuff going on though. That's
me either. But if you put me under stress, like we make great people for in the ER because we can go into hyper focus under stress, and we're great in situations like that. We're great EMTs, we're great paramedics, we're great, firefighters, all those things, because we can go into a complete hyper focus and help in that instance maybe better than somebody without it. Sometimes it can be a superpower. Other times it works against you, and it's so difficult to get things done.
Yeah.
Which is me. Like, besides having the whole change of life with it, that does all that kind of fun stuff too.
Yeah. That affects your brain and everything else too.
Yes. Yep. I was really surprised. I was listening to a specialist on that, and she even said, and I'm like moving the shoulder that I got it in, frozen shoulder is related to drops in estrogen. Huh. And I got that like maybe 5-10 years ago. It can be blood sugar too, but she was saying that whole capsule stiffens up when our estrogen drops. It affects our joints, and everything gets stiffer. And I'm like, oh, okay. So I've got both fibro and meno. Yay. Woo. Like it dual negativity there, but I'm going to definitely go now and get my hormones checked. I can't just up and take. No, get out of there.
I don't know why they don't recommend that for women.
Yeah.
Like it's something that you have to demand.
Yes.
Basically. It's like, why do, I'll tell you about my life situation, and it would help them too if they had that information.
Don't take stuff off the table. Sorry. I wasn't hitting my son. I was trying to grab something before it went off the table.
It would help them with diagnosis too. So why don't they do that?
Yes. I don't know. I don't know why. Yeah, they failed. Well, that was one thing she was saying. Research for the fertile woman is a ton of money, we'll say. Yeah. Like it's $1 billion industry, our fertility, and they get most of that $1 billion, and then we squeak by with a 3%, I think it is, for once you're not fertile anymore.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, Homestead Aquarius. That's what I'm going to start calling it. I need to use that, please. I'm asking for permission. The fibro pause. I have the fibro pause.
Excuse me, I have fibro pause.
Oh my gosh.
And I'll just say, oh, don't worry about her. She's got fibro pause. She'll be back. She'll be collected in a minute.
Just give her a moment. Just give her a moment. Yeah, they don't. It's like they don't think at a certain age that, okay, we need to start testing your hormones now and see where you're at, because it would make a much happier society and much happier men too, because they have no clue what the heck is going on and why we're not our usual self either.
Right. If you could say, well, honey, this is what's going on with my body.
Yeah.
And these are...
They hear it from a doctor.
Here, this is what the doctor says is the reaction from
Yes. Exactly.
Mhm.
Great to mention hormones making women would get defensive. Like we do. Yeah. Well, but Hugo, how about how they mentioned that it was all in our head for so long?
Yeah.
Fibro was all in our head. Our pain was all in our head. So I don't care if they mention like hormones if they're going to do something about it. Like
Yeah.
if they're going to mention my head and think they're going to put me into shock therapy and suddenly I won't have pain, they might as well mention the hormones.
Yeah.
Give me 50 cents. That's probably all I'll make, Homestead. You know the way it works. That's probably all I will make off of them. Have to give you all the proceeds. Wow, that is great. I don't know. That was great. Homestead Chris, I swear you come up really great t-shirt material.
Well, he's been in the business for a bit.
He has been in the business for a bit. Well, I just all the time, and I still have tons to do, and I know you probably do too, and so does the side chat. And I don't agree necessarily with the fibro in your head. PTSD is in your head and can cause symptoms of fibro. The only way fibro is in your head is that you have the swelling around your brain. They've proven it. Get out of there. That people with fibro have brain swelling more than those who do not, and that it's affecting also our nervous system because the cells themselves, I think they're the ganglia. I can't remember the name of the cell, but those are causing a lot of inflammation within the brain and in your neurological system. Most of us, wait a minute.
Robert should take over the world.
Yeah, I did that for years too. And also I ended up in the ER in such extreme pain that then you get marked as you're drug seeking. And I wasn't drug seeking. I was seeking that. Like, what's wrong with me? Why do I have what feels like kidney stones and I'm not showing kidney stones? And why? Huh?
Can I use Cricket?
Hold on one second. Caillou's Cricket. Yeah. Stuff is related. So many peeps have thyroid problem. Yeah. And sometimes I've had my thyroid tested like up the wazoo. So I know at least for me, it's not my thyroid, but I'm sure it can shift a little bit every year if your other hormones are not intact. Oh, you're just saying it ticks you off when they say those things. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Got it. Yeah. Got it. Because I was like, oh my gosh, no, Q, you're not one of them. You've got nothing planned. Aw, Storms. I wish somebody was close to you that could just come on over, Barry. All right, guys. Thank you so much for coming out. I'm glad you could make it, Laura.
Yeah.
I totally forgot last time when I popped up to text you because you're not really on the messenger that much at all.
Yeah, I'm not
anymore.
Yeah, just text me and
okay.
We'll see.
I might go on later tonight, but I might not, depending on the atmosphere here. Right. After my husband finds out I spent $40 on a pound of chocolate. Oh, you missed the story when you came in. Williams-Sonoma has the most amazing peppermint bark, and I've made peppermint bark, and it's good. Well, I thought, you know what? I'm just going to get a pound of it. I haven't had it really in a long time. Mom used to get like a pound or 2 pounds, depending on how many of us were there.
Mm-hmm.
It said $29.99. I'm like, it's a little pricey, but you know, I'm not doing a lot of sweets. I'll get it. It wasn't $29.99. It was $29.99 plus close to $10 in shipping, plus almost $3 in tax. And it ended up being like $41, but that was after PayPal paid for it. It did not show me the shipping and the tax last night.
Wow.
Now I can't get rid of it. Like they're like, well, you can't return it because it's a food item. I'm like, I don't have it in my hands. She's like, you can try UPS and send it back to sender. And then UPS is saying the same thing. Like, this isn't eligible to send back. And I'm like, it's going to kill me. Kill me.
My husband would too.
Yeah. So yeah, the atmosphere in my house might not be conducive to a Fri-Yay tonight. We'll see. I'll have to try that mirroring thing.
But I was only mirroring your hunger for.
Yes, I was only mirroring your need for that Christmas like it was when we were children. Yeah, that's it. Right? Is there some gold flakes? Well, they do have, I have to say, there is a chance, and you can pray for me that I have the golden ticket in the box because they are giving away gift certificates in those boxes. And the big one, of course, is like $1,000 at Williams Sonoma.
Oh.
Yeah, that would be amazing.
Then you
So,
can
yeah.
go, honey. Merry Christmas, honey.
Yeah, Merry Christmas. And he'll be like, great, like we need more stuff. That will be.
Mhm.
I'm like, no, we'll
It
just
would be
trade out.
like my husband. What do you
Yeah.
need from Williams Sonoma?
Right.
Well, let me open up the catalog and
There's probably plenty. They have really great dishcloths. Those are like, I love their dishcloths. So that's a low cost. That's even cheaper than my peppermint bark hookah. Yeah, it's going to be good. It better be good. It's right. All right, guys. Thank you so much for coming in. I hope the rest of your day is awesome. I hope you have a wonderful holiday. If I don't see you, you have a Merry Christmas.
Hi, you guys. Merry Christmas to everybody.
Yep. Merry
I
Christmas.
might go on later, maybe. We'll see.
Okay. All right. I will see you guys later then. I'll try and make it.
Oh,
If,
you don't
you
have
know.
to, but yeah.